We as parents, we need to filter what goes into our children. What forms our children isn't just the food and drink that goes into their stomachs. And more so in this day and age are those things that influence their minds. What they're being exposed to on television. And cartoons are no longer innocent. CBBS is no longer innocent. All of these kinds of things, seriously, the kind of messages that these people are portraying through these things, they are trying to reprogram the next generation. That's a fact. They're trying to reprogram what is considered the norm in terms of family values, in terms of modesty, all of those kinds of things, roles and responsibilities within the home. All of these things they're trying to reshape. How are they trying to reshape them? Through children, through cartoons, through primary education, secondary education. So we need to be very, very vigilant of what goes into our child in terms of food, in terms of drink, in terms of sound, in terms of vision. Very important. We also need to be very careful what company they keep. Who do they frequent? Who do they spend time with? Make them frequent the religious gatherings. If you hear of any of the scholars, any of the awliya attending, take them to visit them, allow them to gaze upon them. Allow them to be seen by the awliya, allow them to be in the presence of the awliya and the scholars when they're making dua. Other than that, you yourself being a great role model for them. Be that person that you want them to be. And this comes into, when we're talking about children, and we're talking about planning, like we mentioned that the human being is the greatest thing that exists on this earth. Now when we're talking about buildings, we have planning, we have architects, we have research, we have surveys that are done. When we're talking about businesses, we have audits, we have market research, all of these kinds of things that are done. Places like McDonald's, for example, they spend millions in trying to decide the ideal location to place their next branch. And then Subway go and open up next door. That's what their model is. They just check, because they've already spent the millions, there must be an ideal location, let's just open up where they are. Now, what about family planning? When we say family planning, what does that mean? It means, when should we have a child? All it deals with is the conception of the child. What about the education of that child? What about the spiritual welfare of that child? Where does the family planning or child planning go when it comes to those aspects? Are they not a dimension of the human being? Is your child just going to be born as a body without a mind and a soul? Because then if that's the case, then fine, do your family planning and research what powdered milk you're going to use and what baby food product and brand you're going to purchase and what baby seat you're going to buy. And all of that kind of stuff goes, what's that for the body? What jabs are needed, when do they need immunizations, and when do we need to register them for nursery, and we go into all of that family planning takes place. True family planning is what? When you plan for where you want them to be on the day of judgment before they're even born. That's family planning. This is why Sayyidina Ali karamallahu wajhul kareem, he wanted his children to be martyrs before they even born. That was his intention. I want my children to be martyrs. That's why, what does he say? 3 children. The Prophet says, sons. The Prophet ﷺ asks him, what are you going to name them? All 3 times he says, harb, war. Naming him war, first child. The Prophet ﷺ says, no, Hassan. Second child is born. The Prophet ﷺ says, what are you going to name him? He says, war. He says, no, Hussein, which means a mini Hassan. Hussein is the diminutive form of Hassan. It means a mini Hassan. That's what Hussein means. Yeah. Then the Prophet ﷺ, third child, what are you going to name him? What does Sayyidina Ali say? War. The Prophet ﷺ says, no, Muhsin. Or from the root Hasan, which means goodness, beauty. Yeah. And so they already made the intention of where they want their children to be in the hereafter, in the ranks amongst the believers, before they were even born. Allahu Akbar. This is what they use. This is family planning. How did I get onto this? Children in challenging times. Yeah? Children in challenging times. So this is, it begins, the Prophet ﷺ, the intentions and the du'as, whilst the child is in the womb of the mother, these are things that are powerful. These things are necessary. These things are important. The state of the mother, if the man is serious about the children that he is going to bring forth into this world, he needs to look after the wife. He doesn't have a choice. Whether he likes it or not, they're going to come through her, And her state will affect them at the beginning more than anything else. The soundness of her state will affect. Great example we always mention, Sayyidina Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani rahmatullahi. Greatest example, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allah chose Amina, Sayyidatuna Amina, to be his mother, radiyallahu anha. Amina means the trustworthy one. He chose her for a reason. She was chosen. Yeah. And hasha, Allah forbid that the one chosen by Allah go anywhere else but paradise. So when we're looking at emotional well-being, that's a very important factor within the upbringing of our children. Had the honor of visiting Dr. Mustafa Badawi. Dr. Mustafa Badawi is an Egyptian psychiatrist, and he has the honor of being the murid of Habib Ahmed al-Mashhur al-Haddad rahmatullah alayhi, the person who's attributed to close to 100,000 people accepting Islam on his hands in Africa, if not more. And he is a psychiatrist in Madinatul Munawwara, greatest place to be. And we visited him and we asked him the question, being Asians, about the jinn. I said, look, Sheikh, we have a lot of jinns in our community. And he says, why do all the jinns live in Pakistani areas and Indian areas and Bangladeshi areas? Why do, how we choose our areas, like we're going to move to Littleover or we're going to move to Mickleover. He says all the jinns seem to choose wherever the Pakistanis and Indians and Bangladeshis live. Why is that? Yeah. He said the vast majority of these cases are not jinn cases. We're burying our head in the sand. We're pretending, we're passing it off as jinn. Reality of it is mental health issues. He says the father is not present, he's away earning. He was telling us about the state in Arabia. Men busy earning money and chasing after wealth and engaged in businesses and everything. Their children, they don't even know, what's happening with their child. He said the vast majority of them, they grow up with, nannies, and they grow up Arab kids speaking Urdu and Indonesian. They don't even know Arabic anymore. Why? Because the nanny who's brought them up, and she's from Indonesia, or she's from Bangladesh, or she's from Mirpur, wherever she's from. The kids are growing up speaking those languages. They don't know Arabic. Yeah. So go back to the instruction of Sayyidina Ali karramallahu wajhul kareem. Emotional well-being starts in the formative years, at the beginning. And what does Sayyidina Ali say? Play and love. Create that unconditional love and bond with your children. Kiss them, hug them, play with them, become a child with them. We see the narrations of the Prophet ﷺ on all fours with his grandchildren ﷺ, playing with them, kissing them jumping on him ﷺ. That unconditional, unwavering love and affection that they need to have with you. That is where emotional stability comes in. They need to feel valued, they need to feel loved, they need to feel appreciated. And when those voids are not filled, then later on in life they emerge as emotional imbalances and mental health issues. So we need to make sure from the early stages that we fulfill those needs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed in our children, and we need to fulfill those. It's very, very important.